We all came to Wall Street to get out of the rat race. We spend so much time staring at Robinhood and watching countless YouTube videos to learn how to trade, and yet I've still lost over $40,000 gambling on options.
This was when Powell bent me over his knee and spanked me good.
It seemed like no amount of technical analysis or how to grapefruit your man videos ever helped. And yet, there are tons of content creators who seem to have it all figured out. Hey, I'm Dr. Dumb Money, board certified in financial self-sabotage. Would you donate $6,000 to learn $1 million trading strategy from a guy who looks like he was born wearing a sweater vest?
Yes!
Today we'll find out if I did. Long story short, this guru's trading strategy is so good that he decided to sell it to desperate plebs like us instead of use it himself to become a billionaire.
You're fucking poor!
You've got to love those blonde philanthropists. When I first started trading options, I felt like a god amongst men. I understood how Kanye feels every day.
A god!
I was printing money quicker than the Fed and doubled my portfolio in a couple weeks gambling on high-stakes options. But alas, the fall of Rome was destined to happen. The losses started beating the gains. The truth is, about 95% of retail traders lose money in the long term. But don't worry, I found the 5% of profitable traders. They're 100% of the influencers selling trading courses. Whoa. Their secret? Something nobody else has. A trading edge. Today, I'm going to share with you my story about how a blonde college stud edged me so hard I almost splurged on him. But first, allow me to set the stage by introducing you to the eighth wonder of the world, the Guru Funnel. The Guru Funnel is an expertly crafted money printing machine. It has been passed down throughout the ages and constantly rebranded as a beautifully decorated, steaming pile of shit. For example, Scientology's Bridge to Total Freedom sells a pathway to enlightenment. The first course is cheap, but quickly ramps up to thousands of dollars for subsequent tutelage. The final paywall is reaching Operating Thetan Level 8, where you discover that Tom Cruise's anus was forever stained brown by the ancient space dictators in exchange for cool movie stunts. In other words, it's a classic bait and switch. Buy the initial product for cheap, and then get upsold something drastically more expensive and equally useless. And so, my epic tale down the funnel began. It's funny, I started this video long before I knew I was making it. I genuinely wanted to learn as much as I could about options trading and felt like a mentor would be useful. Naturally, I chose to learn from a preteen, and that's why I'm called Dumb Money. High off my beginner's luck, and thoroughly convinced of this guru's I made the leap of faith and donated $300 to his Tinder Platinum. I wanted to ensure he could message potential mates prior to matching, such that he could inform them of his genetically superior I joined the Discord, along with 5,000 other D-Gen workies,
Master got me working,
and was surprised to see how little activity there was. Having been assured mentorship, I was expecting to see more Q&A in the main chat. Mark, what color's your edge? In an effort to help our glorious leader preserve his strength, I found myself answering most of the questions on his behalf. And for a moment, a lecherous thought crossed my mind. Why not sell my own course? Blasphemy. There was no time to get rich. Instead, I had to get good by watching his immaculately produced compendium of ultimate knowledge and source of genetic superiority. His video tutorials. I was enraptured with his prophetic teachings. Like a devout disciple at the feet of my Messiah, I consumed his massive, steaming hot Having made it halfway through the course, I was so grateful to finally understand what a call and put were. He expertly utilized approximately 12,000 videos to explain the intricacies of an 1830s floppy disk trading platform, Thinkorswim. He also provided us with a brief training montage where we bore witness to his perfectly sculpted muscles. After watching him do 700 push-ups with his hands tied behind his back, he discussed his divine trading strategy. Turn on 3 moving averages. If the stock price is above these averages, the averages act as areas of support. If the stock price is below these averages, the averages act as areas of resistance. This was revolutionary. I called NASA to report a potential moonshot opportunity.
I'm gonna come.
But they just didn't understand. If only there was just one video about support and resistance on YouTube, perhaps my portfolio wouldn't have one pump chumped. And if you thought that was crazy, you're about to experience the power-packed taste of his Sunny D. If the stock price is above the moving averages, falls, and touches them, buy a call if you think it will continue trending upwards. Or buy a put if you think it won't. If the stock price is below the moving averages, rises, and touches them, buy a put if you think it will continue trending downwards. Or buy a call if you think it won't. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. Finally, we now know what the Jason Bourne films would have looked like had he gotten into options trading. Lastly, There was some impossibly insightful commentary on position sizing and risk management. To sum it up, don't ever full port. And if the trade turns against you, stop it. He called the latter a stop loss. Fascinating. I wondered if billionaire trader Warren Buffett was privy to this information too. No matter, I had heard all I needed to know to become a millionaire trader and began drafting my letter of resignation. Having completed the 20-minute-long training video series, I had ascended to operating Thetan level 8. Or so I thought. Fuck! I began to notice strange whispers from our supreme leader about a so-called software. Further investigation revealed something truly brilliant. There was a waitlist full of 400 people interested in his mythical soft serve. And in that moment, the holy scriptures of technical analysis burned to ash in my hands. The sacred moving averages, Fibonacci lines, and RSI, false idols before the one true edge.
Hear me, children. I am not using any form of charting TA or fundamental to take the trades. I am using the capital software 100. All the trades I take come from the capital software. It is my
I'm sorry, do you mean to tell me that after watching all those videos, you don't actually do any of that? Oh, look at the time, my shift at Walmart started. With hungry mouths to feed at home, I joined the waitlist. I figured if he was trying to give out
a few more
licenses this year, and I was at the end of the 400-person waitlist, it would only take approximately 100 to 133 years before I was invited to interview for a coveted software license. I began experimenting with cryogenic freezing in an effort to preserve my life force just long enough to obtain a software license and secure a bag for my long-deceased family. After 2 arduous weeks of 0-day to expiration trades and attempting to freeze the family jewels, I received a text, and this time, they weren't trying to collect the debt. Whatever that means. I shit you not. It was him. It was really him, my capital savior from the rat race. I couldn't believe it. He was 132 years and 50 weeks ahead of schedule. Wow. The text thanked me for booking a meeting and implored me to watch a video prior to our rendezvous. With my family's continued existence at stake, I watched that video harder than anyone ever has. It was a 30-minute circle jerk between him and software license holders explaining what a godsend this program was. I envisioned myself a license holder. I was about to become one of the wealthiest men in history, and it was all thanks to my guru's long, hard Interview day came swiftly. I was enamored and not at all suspicious. Unfortunately, I was at work and running fashionably late. He waited 15 holy minutes for me. As punishment, I made a mental note to administer 15 lashings to my raw backskin after our meeting. During that 15 minutes, he earned approximately $171.23. He earns that every 15 minutes of every day, just on his loyal WAP flock. Honestly, deserved. I hurried home as quickly as I could. When I finally joined the holy Zoom call, I instantly broke down into tears, kneeled, and virtually kissed his feet. I begged him to fill me with his incredible software. He offered me the deal of a lifetime. In exchange for a nominal earthly fee, he would finally anoint me operating Thetan level 8. He delicately informed me that the cost of enlightenment was a mere $6,000 US. I hastily gathered as many food stamps as my pregnant wife could go without, some belly button lint, and an unusually stiff picture of my guru god. Does this offering appease you, Lord?
If you cannot afford the capital software, perhaps you are not yet ready for enlightenment.
Distraught, I pleaded with him, begged until my knees were raw and my lips chapped. When I thought all hope was lost, he leaned closer to the camera and whispered with the wisdom of 1,000 successful trades.
My child, there is another way.
I listened, mortified. I sprinted to the bathroom and grabbed the most intimidating bottle of shampoo I could find. I placed it on the floor and hovered over it for a moment. The algorithm demanded a sacrifice. If this is what it takes to become a millionaire trader, I'll do it for my family. Immediately drenched in sweat, my heart pounded like a war drum. I could hear the ethereal chant of my ancestors as they recited the Wall Street Bets manifesto.
Hold on, diamond hands, no stop losses.
Their voices grew louder, echoing throughout the subreddit.
Hold on, diamond hands, no stop losses.
And then, the final war cry erupted, the unmistakable screech of a Wall Street Bet autist full porting a 0-day to expiration position with over 9,000% leverage. For the first time, Theta Decay paused as I slowly squatted lower. I sprang up in bed, covered in a white, sticky disbelief. Was all of that a dream? It was 1 p.m., much too early for me to be waking up. I reached for my phone to see how much money I had lost today on Robinhood.
Very nice.
And there it was. Another text. Another opportunity.
It was great speaking, man. I hate that the cost is going to be a barrier for your success. With that said, what if I got you on for $2K initial to secure the license, then $394 per mo?
Oh my god.
Before responding, I took some time to ponder why my rear end was sore. Two hours later, another text.
You'd pay the first month plus fee today, then $394 per mo afterwards, which can be paused or resumed at any time. Here is a link with details. It will be valid until 12 p.m. East. Hyperlink.
And no, that link never expired. He truly is merciful. Unfortunately, my starving pregnant wife needed those food stamps. I just couldn't do it, but I also couldn't bear the shame of turning him down. Like the baddies on Tinder did to me, I didn't respond. Ghosted. Like my wealthy Nigerian cousin after giving him my social security number. Like my dad when the paternity test came back positive. Like my Robinhood account.
Lick this if you cry!
As time passed, I continued receiving thirst traps from the Guru King. I was proud of myself for resisting such a succulent temptation. I told myself that if I was ever going to become a profitable trader, I would figure out how to do it myself or die hard trying. Did you know Bruce Willis is dead? That's so sad. Anyways, I was a changed man on a new path towards becoming a self-sufficient Robinhood brokey. Whose course do you want to see me review next? Like and subscribe. Bye, bitch.